Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another Resin Q&A Live, and I'm so excited today. It's Tuesday, 8 p.m, as always, and we've got another double for you all tonight. And I'm really excited. I've been watching loads of these two artists' videos, and I have done for a long time, even before I did the lives, So we have got, I'll give you a clue. We've got Hello, You Juicy Jelly Beans as a bit of a clue. We have got Mary on from Jelly Bean Crafts, and we've also got Donna from DNA Resin. So before we start, though, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for the support and being here as always. And remember, please, questions in caps lock. That way the mods can check the questions and we will get to them all in order, I promise. So who's ready to meet Mary and Donna? Hopefully a few.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh, you better be now. You're on camera. You're live.
I'm like, hi guys. Hi everyone.
Yeah, we've got already. We got Steph. We've got Ania. We've got Amy. We've got Lisa. We've got loads. I can't read all the names off. Rad City Design as well. She's coming on the show in a few weeks.
Okay.
But no, I tell you what, I think this is the first time we've seen you both on camera as well. So I'm like exposing the artist behind the hands.
You are, yeah, first time.
It's not that daunting, is it?
No, it's not too bad. I'm just a bit nervous, a bit shaky.
Yeah, you don't need to be nervous. It's just a chat. So, ladies, I mean, I've been watching all your videos. I've got some stats, which I'll go through in a minute. But I'm excited to have you both on and get to know you as people. I think I pick up on the videos certain bits of your personalities anyway, which is great, and I think we all do. But it's nice to actually meet you in the flesh, as it were, and find out a bit more about you. So, I think just to start us off, why don't you just tell us about your journey into resin? What started you in resin? What started you then on YouTube? And I think that's a great way to start. So, who wants to go first?
Come on, Mary.
Donna, you get voted.
Go on, right. Mine started from previous business I had. I had a self-employed graphic designer doing like business supplies for businesses on social media. Okay. And my partner was already doing resin, and he challenged me to be better than him at resin. Okay. So I started doing like keychains to start off with for a long time. And I was selling them to like my customers for their customers as like a gift, like for their order. And it just went from there basically. So at the end of 2023, around about October, I had a photo reported on Facebook. I won't go into details for what, but I got restricted on Facebook for about 3 months. So because I was restricted, I couldn't post in my groups, and my business just went to pot.
Right.
So I've gone from a good few grand earnings to nothing basically. So I needed a way to make money. I had a little boy at nursery, so my partner said, well, why don't you go on YouTube? Because I was doing keychains. So my first video on YouTube was some teddies, some little cards that had been ordered from other business. I just went from there, and I just started uploading. Like not regular, like once every blue moon, and then I started doing it, and then I just jumped in 7 days a week, not realizing that I had to get monetized before I get paid.
And it takes over your life, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. It was eat, sleep, and just basically everything was YouTube related. And I think I monetized. I started in the January of 2024. I monetized by April. Got demonetized. Just because my passport expired, so they wouldn't accept it. And then I finally, like, when I started to slow down a bit, I got monetized again, and I've just gone on my way that way. And that's my journey, basically.
Brilliant. No, it's great. And actually, it's great that you turned what could have been a negative experience into a positive one, yeah. Really. I think that's amazing.
That's the best way to be. And it's like, a lot of people, when they start YouTube, they expect it to be a fast journey. Oh, I want thousands. It's not like that. I mean, it took me a month to grow to 100 subscribers, and I'm ringing up my partner going, oh, I've got 100 subscribers. And it was like the be end and end all that I've got these 100 subscribers. But it is a slow process. It is a very, very slow process. If you stick out the first year, then everything after that, it flows naturally. As long as you don't affect your algorithm, that's what I found. Because obviously, I know some of my, as you know, I've got special needs children, so two of my boys have got autism. So when they're off school, I can't do the crafting because obviously my time's devoted to them. So I do affect my algorithm a lot. So my viewing has gone quite poorly recently. So, but
there's only so much you can control at the end of the day, isn't there? And at the end of the day, family comes first. We all know that.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. So
yeah, definitely.
But before we move on, apparently Annie is saying that her son is in love with your hair, Mary.
Thank you. My mum hates it. She calls me the genie from Aladdin when I put it up because I'm all shaved. She hates it. Really hates it.
Do we get 3 wishes tonight then?
Oh, that would be great.
But no, it's do you know what? It's great. It's different. You know, you don't see many people with pink hair, and I think it's great. Suits you.
I was white blonde, and
okay.
I was like, oh, I'm sick of it because I hate hairdressers.
Yeah.
And then I just got this manic paint, and I just painted it, and I was like, okay. I did not expect to see that.
Mine's just a lovely shade of grey now. It's getting to that point.
Very grey. Very grey.
It's vibrant like your videos.
It's what?
Vibrant like a resin art.
Yeah, definitely.
It goes with my pink trainers.
So, Mary, talk to us about you and your channel then. When did you first get into resin? When did you first get into YouTube? What made you do it?
I'll tell you. I remember when we were in lockdown, I started watching a lot of pouring videos. And I thought, well, I've got loads of paint. Let me try it out. I was lousy at it. I was like, I just couldn't get it working. And they would talk about resin. And I was like, what is this resin? What is this resin? And I started looking into it. But then I was like, I did get a couple of products, but I didn't get into it. And then, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago, I started watching videos again of resin.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can do that. I'm very competitive with myself.
Yeah.
And if I see something, I'll be like, I can do that. So I started playing around with a bit of resin, and then I thought, I can do YouTube. Hell no, I did not expect, I'm going to be honest, that I would have to learn how to program, how to do editing and all of that. That was like, wow, that's a totally different scenario. I thought, YouTube's going to be easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not as easy as it looks.
No, definitely not.
It is not. And I have to admit, when I did my first video, I had written to Wendy, and she was such a sweetheart. I said, Wendy, will you just give me an okay if it's okay to go forward, or, you know, don't lose your day job sort of thing.
Yeah.
And she was such a sweetheart. And she wrote back to me. She goes, Mary, you did perfectly. Keep going. And I thought, okay, I'll do it. And I actually started doing 2 videos a week.
Yeah.
But it was literally, by the time I finished editing, I was already editing the next one. And it was, and because I work as well, I was finding it really hard.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to drop it down to 1. But yeah, and even so, even sometimes with work and everything, I find it hard to even do 1 video. It's the editing, because it's not actually so much as doing the resin, but the editing, because I did the voiceover. Yeah. Which, by the way, I am the voiceover, because I've actually had comments saying,
why is it AI?
AI? I said, no, it's me. So, yes, it is me. And when I was watching Claire the other day, and she said, I think Mary was a teacher or something. And I was like, spot on.
Oh, wow. You teach that in the day. Is that your day job?
I used to teach. Now I'm a headmistress without the sexy.
Okay.
So I'm a headmistress now.
Is that a primary?
All ages, from 3 to adult.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's an academy. It's an English academy.
Wow.
So I'm there. And of course, you kind of speak slowly and everything. So that's probably where it comes from.
So that's how you've got all your subscribers.
No.
Yeah. You've got to sign up or you get detention.
I think probably 1 student, but the rest no, because I haven't been anyhow for about a year now, because I'm actually off sick, but still have to work online.
Yeah.
But it did start off like Donna says, you know, you get your friends, you get your family, and then you get your first 15, you're like, woo-hoo!
Yeah.
But, I mean,
well, I think, do you know what? People don't realize, and there's a lot of comments happening at the side where they're saying that people don't realize how much time the editing takes.
Yeah.
And it's like a 30-minute video can be 3 hours of editing sometimes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, at least for me with doing the voiceover, it does take just that extra. I've tried to do what Donna's told me many times. She goes, Mary, why don't you try? Why don't you? Then I've got Hope, my fur baby, and she'll be like pushing me, stopping me. My son will start screaming, and I'll be like, oh, yeah.
You often get Reggie tap dancing in mine in the background because I've got
on
one
the background.
and you just hear him tap dancing in the background, but I think it just adds character. It's fine.
It's hard. It's hard.
But it shows you're real as well, you know. If you've got background noise sometimes, I think it's been a couple of your videos, Donna, where I've heard dogs in the background. That's great for me because it shows you're a real person, you know. I don't think everything has to be perfectly edited all of the time, because I think sometimes it's fun when they're not. And I know that I always get stick about how messy my workstation is behind me, but I'm a messy creative and I wish I could be tidier, but I just like things all around me so I can just pick them like this and throw them in.
People just have the way of creating, and you know, and that people have to accept that for who you are, have to accept you for who you are. And if they're going to complain about a little bit of mess, then don't watch your videos. That's my motto.
Yeah. And you know, I think that's the beauty of it. There's that many of us out there. They'll find somebody that does do them perfectly tidy and clean if that's what they want.
Oh no.
I like a bit of chaos.
Me too. With my voiceover, I have to admit, there's been times I'm doing my voiceover and I end up laughing so badly that I'm like, oh, the people are going to think I'm crazy.
I've seen a few of those when you get yourself in a giggling fit. That's it. That's the one.
And I do. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to edit it because people are going to think I'm Lula. So yeah, I have to admit. So, but I can imagine myself doing it when you guys do it like live. Oh wow!
I find it easier, and it's. I think it's for me. It's my day job. So I work in. I suppose I sell people is my real job. So I work in recruitment basically. I sort of have to work in sales and find people the perfect jobs, which is something I love to do. But because of that, I've got to be constantly thinking and saying at the same time, whether it's on a phone or whether it's public speaking in a meeting or something like that. And I think that's why for me, it just feels more natural to do it as I'm doing it. And I wish I could do a good voiceover voice, but because I've seen it's like yours, I know, are voiceovers. I think Claire does all of hers as voiceovers. I just can't do it. They sound weird when I do it.
No, I despise doing voiceovers because the kids, it's finding that time to sit down and be able to do a voiceover. So what I do is I've got one of them headsets with microphone on.
Yeah.
And I just clip it to me. If I've got a respirator, I clip it inside my respirator.
Yeah.
I've had people moan at me breathing, but you got to do what you got to do. What's safe.
You got to be safe with it as well. So
exactly. But 9 times out of 10, you'll hear my oldest screaming at his PS5 game. I used to have to apologise because I was like, oh my God, people are going to think my house is crazy. But no, there's all sorts of noise. I used to get howling from my dog. Next door's dogs, she goes out to work and leaves the dogs, like, because it's getting warmer now, they like just stay outside of there and they just bark constantly. And I'm forever apologising. I just thought, you know what? I'm not apologising no more because these are natural, like you say, it's natural home. It's my home environment. I'm not home. My children live here, and you know. Yesterday, I was supposed to upload. I was going to explain to people why I didn't upload, but I'll do it while I'm on the live because there's a few people that I recognise. I had to put my husky to sleep yesterday. So I no longer have my doggy. Yeah, he attacked my partner on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, quite viciously. And I did everything to try and get him rehomed and no one would take him.
Right.
And the vet said that because he's aggressive, he needs to be put to sleep, so we had to put him to sleep. So.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Sorry to hear that.
No, I'm pretty gutted, but it's one of them. So there'll be no more howling in my videos, which I'm going to miss because usually that's all you hear in background is a dog howling.
Yeah, but no, I know that it's really hard when you've got to make those choices as well. And again, it's not just between us because we're on a live, but I've been weighing up for the last month rehoming Reggie. I love him to bits and he's great, but I'm at work all day now. So when I first got him, I was working from home. But now I'm at work all day. I've just started dating again and things like that as well. So again, I have a bit of a social life every now and then. Yeah. But I just don't think it's fair on him. And if I can find him a good home where somebody can be with him all day, every day, I think he'll have a better life. And that's really tough for me as well, because I love him to bits. He's like my little boy. And I've got two girls, so he's like my only boy in that essence.
Yeah.
But it's just something where I've got to think about, I suppose, for him, what's going to be best for him.
You've got to do what's best for you, like your home life, because it's like you can't take care of a dog if you're at work, you know, and dog can't take care of themselves. But it's like with me, it's like, because I've got the children and I've got two small grandchildren as well, and it's like they always stroke him and stuff, and it's like he's been growling at everybody, and it's like, you know, he's been to vets, everything's fine there, and they just said he's just turning aggressive. So it was a decision that I didn't take lightly. I was very, very distraught. I said, I'm not too bad now. I'm coming to terms with making the choice, but it's a sad loss. Yeah. It's not nice when you can't have your baby. So I fully get you about your rehoming and everything. You got to do what's best for him, haven't you, at the end of the day?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's I always feel guilty. And even just for going to work, you know, and I've got to work to keep a roof over our heads until the resin takes off, of course. That's going to happen one day. But
one day it will for us all. I'm hoping, fingers crossed.
I think it will. Anybody that thinking about starting, start now, you know, because resin's growing. It's still growing year on year. It's getting more popular. There's more choice, more brands, more creative. There's room for everyone to do it, you know. And I think that's the beauty of this space. And I keep seeing new artists popping up as well. And I know we've got a new channel coming on next week, who's Jacob from Jacob's Creations. And bless him, I think he's got about 150 subscribers, so still really new. But that's what I love about this at the minute, the way that we're doing these lives, is we're getting some bigger channels and more successful channels, but we're also getting the smaller ones. And I think hopefully that's going to combine the whole community together.
Yeah, it's good to do, because like you said, it brings everyone together. And there's room for everybody.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh,
I actually did it as well, because I thought one day I'm gonna have to show my face, and I thought this was the perfect moment as well.
There you go, the best platform.
I thought this is perfect. Get out there. And I thought, you know, one day we've got to show our faces. People like to also kind of put a face to everything that you're doing and everything.
I think they get to know the real you, and that's the beauty of it. And that's been since
they don't want
to know
the real me. Donna knows the real me, because we prank all the time. We joke all the time, and you know, we're pulling faces all the time. I have to admit that we
two peas in a pod, me and Mary. We're very close. Yeah, it's good. Because YouTube is a very lonely place.
It is.
And I think you need friends, and you need that, even if it's just that one person that you click with, that is very, you know, you can become very close with. I mean, I've got a few friends like I'm very close with. Beverly from Custom, I can't remember the channel. Custom Created For You by You. I'm very close with her, but there's quite a few hour time difference. It's very hard to chat with Beverly. But I do try and as often as I can. But Mary, because she's like a night owl, I can be up at 1 o'clock in the morning. She's got, are you awake? I go, yeah. She goes, do you want to chat? So you go on, she'll ring me. We'll be on 4 hours later. We're still giggling.
We're still giggling.
Well, that's good, you know. And we pick each other up.
Yes, that's it. We pick each other up, because you know, sometimes you get downers when you're doing YouTube. You get downers, or you get a block, or whatever, or my video, or this, whatever. And we try to understand how YouTube works. Yeah. And between us, you know, we push each other. We talk about things. What about this thumbnail? What about that thumbnail? What about this idea? And it does help, because YouTube can be kind of lonely, I have to admit.
Yeah, it is.
I'm grateful. I'm really grateful with Donna. And because it becomes not just YouTube, it becomes a bit of everything. So
I've probably got more friends off of YouTube than I've got in real life, you know. And I say friends because I class them as friends, you know. I talk to them about anything, you know. And I always say to people in the Discords and things like that, if ever you need to talk, just reach out. I won't get straight back to you because I'll probably be at work or in the middle of a project, but I will get back to you eventually. And I think that's the great thing, is there's so many supportive people out there. And I think there's more supportive people out there than there are negative, which is rare.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I say, it's kind of lonely. So it's good to have people that you can connect with. and even talk about, because, you know, resin is a big platform. There is still a lot to play with. And I mean, I know that I don't, mine's a bit controversial in the sense that I'm not your typical that I just paint your mold and then just, I need to do a bit of something else because I like to do a bit of crafts with it or whatever, or pull something out. But, you know, Donna pushes me. I push Donna. We push each other out of our comfort zone as well. So it is good.
Oh, yeah, she does. She does.
Tim's just putting comments. Are we friends? Yes, we are, Tim.
Of course
Definitely.
we are. We're friends. Of course
And
we are.
he's been on live as well with Bass Resonator. I'm not that good with the voice as him, but he's amazing with that. But no, we're getting a few questions coming through already. So if it's okay with you, I'm gonna just give you some of your stats because I don't know if you know them, but I always look at them and I think it's a fun fact to look at. And then I've already got some questions coming through. But if anybody in chat right now wants to ask questions, just remember to do them in caps lock. And then what's happening at the minute is one of my mods, I think Lisa, is texting me the questions as they come up so that we can ask them and nobody gets missed. It's so stressful. Do you know when you've got like 20 questions coming through at once? You don't want to miss anyone.
Yeah, bombarding in it. Yeah, I can imagine.
Let's have a look at some stats then. So, Donna, how many videos have you got?
Videos, I've got 292.
I've got 514, but that's probably the shorts as well.
And then I've got shorts. I think I've got about 200 shorts.
Yeah, which is amazing. And do you try and do? Is it sort of one a day? Is that what you normally try and do?
No, I used to because I posted 7 days a week, and then I cut down to 5 at first. My videos took a hit with the views, so confirmation she advised me to maybe do a short. So I started doing 2 shorts on the week, and then when I dropped down to 3 videos a week, I was doing 4 shorts a week, and it was making the algorithm even worse. So that's where they come from basically, because of the lowered videos. I tried to put, because a video can be used as a short upload. So just say you're sick, and you miss uploading, it can affect your algorithm.
Yeah.
So if you post a short, it keeps your algorithm on your channel. So it helps balance it out. So that's where all my shorts come from. So when I drop my videos, the 4 videos that I dropped a week, I substituted them with shorts. And now I don't. I stopped doing them. I maybe do one a month, if that.
With the shorts as well, I found that the problem you have, and this is just my findings, I went through 2 months of doing 2 shorts a day. And it was just fun little resin quotes and things like that, which I thought were great fun. But it was attracting people to my channel that didn't want to watch my long form content, which I think actually damages it.
That's the only problem with shorts. So I see a lot of YouTubers, they put like demolding on the shorts, and then people are not coming to the long form video. So what I usually do is I'll advertise my work and say, like, want to learn how to do resin, come and join, subscribe, because I'm basically a beginner's channel for beginners. So that's what I do, is advertise what I've made. So I put pictures up, a bit of funky background, a bit of music, and that's what I swapped it. And every now and then I might do like a minute and a half video, and then I'll leave the demold, and I say, if you want to see the actual demold, come and watch the full video.
I think the only way that I normally do shorts is normally to promote these lives, actually. So I'll throw a short out there on a Sunday or something, say, just
that's what the shorts are for, really, is to promote that. They're really for businesses, is to promote, but people use them for, like, originally they were made for business advertisement, because I used to have another YouTube channel, which was a crime channel, and I used to advertise like crime updates on there and things like that. So that's mainly what shorts were used for, was like advertising or updates and things like that. But it's very hard, I think, with resin, it's very hard to show to the point where they're going to be interested in what you're doing, because if you put it all on a short, they don't need to watch the long form. And then if you just put your advertisement, if you advertise in your channel, I found that that's the best way to get people to come to your channel. So just, if people want to make shorts, CapCut, I used CapCut. I just took some pictures of my products, put them up, and just downloaded it and put it up. And I get maybe 4 to 5 subscribers per short.
Yeah. What I've started doing with that is slightly different. So I'll take pictures throughout my projects as I do them, and I'll put them into a reel on Instagram or on TikTok and say, if you want to see the full tutorial, visit the channel with my channel link on. And I've found slowly that seems to be getting a few coming through now. So that way I'm not ruining the algorithm and only attracting people that only want shorts, but I'm only attracting people that might be into resin on those other platforms that might want to see how it's made.
That's it. And it also goes off as well what you're actually making. Because I've noticed as well that when I've put like something bright and vibrant, people are drawn to the actual make.
Yeah.
My views on a shot would be rocketing, whereas they wouldn't be on another one.
Yeah.
So
no, that makes sense.
It just depends. It's same with your video views as well. If you're making something they don't like, they don't watch it.
Yeah. No, I get, and sometimes it might be something that they'd like, but you've got the wrong thumbnail that doesn't draw them in or attract them in, and it's like, what am I doing wrong?
Don't get me going on them bloody thumbnails. They drive me into, honestly, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because it's like you put the real make on the thumbnail, then people have already seen what you've made, and then they don't watch your video.
Yeah.
And then you put what's it called up, an AI image, and then people say, well, what you've made doesn't look like what's on your thumbnail. And I say, well, no, it's an AI. You can never win. You can't win. You can't win.
You never will.
It is difficult.
No.
I don't think you'll ever please everyone. And I think that's the key as well. Different people will be drawn to different things. And that's part of the beauty of it. And I've had some of my videos that have done really well that I didn't think would do well. Yeah. And others that I thought would do amazingly well that kind of flopped.
The ones you spent days and days and days on, you bob it up, you go, yeah, this is the one that's going to take me viral, 300 views. And it's like, oh, God. And then you put one on that you spent 10 minutes on, just a quick video, thousands. And it's like, huh?
What's going off? But
yeah, it's very frustrating.
Do you know what? That's part of the fun is I think you never will fully know which one of your videos is going to do well. So you just got to keep posting.
Yeah. And thumbnails, like you guys say, they are so important. And it's so hard to do with the thumbnails to get it right, get the image. Do you put an image? Do you put an AI? It is difficult.
And I just try a blend of everything, hoping that one of them will be the one that draws everyone in.
Well, with thumbnails, I found, because I've done a variety of things. I've tried doing the mold, I've done the hands, I've done the AI image, I've done a photo, and I found just clean, bold text, just one colour, because I know because if it's too busy, it puts people off. Yeah. So just nice and clean, elegant, whatever it is you're doing, and just keep it simple. And then as long as your thumbnail title has to be different than your video title, and they have to match, but coincide with each other. If your thumbnail and your video title are the same, it puts people off. It's absolutely pathetic. It is absolutely, it drives me bonkers. It's like, but it's a video.
See, I deliberately look for the ones that don't look professionally done to watch them to see if I'm missing a good video that other people won't see.
But it is.
What's her name? Julie from Pouring Your Heart Out. I mean, she barely even does a thumbnail. It's just an image.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think she's already got the following. That's the key. So once you've already got to that sort of level, you could probably put out a picture of you sticking two fingers up, and you'd still get the views. You know, you probably get more for that actually. But you never know. If Julie's next video is her going like that, then we know she's not.
She'd probably draw in more bloody viewers. But Mary, your thumbnails are very, very inviting. I'm always drawn to your makes. And everybody in the chat will say the same thing. Your videos, your thumbnail, your titles, the bob on.
Yeah, your editing is. I need to figure out how you do your editing.
I use CapCut and Canva. Canva for the pictures. That's it. CapCut and Canva.
That's what I use, but mine don't look anything as good as yours, but I've still got lots of learning.
And I've got a lot to learn as well. I have a lot to learn. But
they look really professional. I love the way that you get your little AI cats and dogs in there as well and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it just adds to the experience as well. So and I don't know how, but it always looks spotless as well. I could never do a project that looks spotless.
It's clean, isn't it? It's like a clean transition.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But back to the stats. Back to the stats. Sorry, we got carried away there. So again, so you've got 514 videos, nearly 4,000 subs now. So 3,850 something, I think, last time I checked.
Yeah. 58.
Yeah, and over 250,000 views. So 287,089 views. And whenever I look at these stats, my mind just goes, what? And again, mine aren't that high, by the way, yet with the views. So you're doing better than mine. But it's just thinking that you've had over 250,000 people click on your video and watch it. Yeah. It's just mind blowing, I think.
I'm blushing now. I do it. I'm dead shy.
But it shows. Do you know what? Do you know if you get the odd negative comment or the odd troll or something like that?
I'm not bothered. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't.
That's
I'm
the key.
not
Look at those stats. It tells me that most people like what you're doing and love what you're doing, and that's the key. That's what you need to think of. And I think that's the beauty of it is nobody can deny those stats. They're yours. You know,
exactly.
You've put that work in to get that channel to where it is. And again, it's something that you should look back on every now and then. And I look at mine every month just because I want to see if I'm still growing. If I'm not, what am I doing wrong? And what can I tweak? And I think you're always going to have to constantly tweak certain things. But again, I think it's a case of sometimes just look back and be proud of where you are because, again, we all start with zero.
Exactly. We all start off the same place, don't we?
Speaking of that, Andy, I presume everybody knows vidIQ.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually got mine. My channel actually got
picked to review.
Yeah, they reviewed it.
I heard that you got kicked and then had to restart, didn't you?
Oh no, that's kicked. I'm talking about vidIQ when they review videos. Yeah, that's another story. I didn't get kicked. It wasn't that. I'll explain that. That was me. That was me pushing the wrong buttons.
Oh, okay. Oops.
That was the word delete. Big in red. Delete. And long story short, I bloody lost. Sorry.
It's okay.
I lost my Gmail account, my personal Gmail account with it. By pushing this delete, I lost everything. My Gmail account. I went, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to die. But that's another story. Well, what I was saying was vidIQ, you guys should do it on Tuesdays. They've got like a platform where you can actually like upload your channel. Well, not upload, you just put a link and you can get a review from them for free. Now, I was doing it for months and months and months, and mine actually got reviewed, and they did they gave me a lot of good tips. And one of them was because at the beginning of my videos, I used to put always like a little video of images, and they said, take that out, take it out, go straight into the video. Certain things like that. That's interesting. It's important to know.
Yeah.
And they gave me, and it's a good place to actually go and get some info, and it's free. So, and they're probably one of the biggest ones going vidIQ as well.
Well, I've got the paid version of it as well, which I use for other things like research and stuff like that, and what keywords and what tags and all that. Do I think it makes that much of a difference? Probably not.
No,
because everybody's using it.
Yeah.
But I think it's helpful to give ideas as well. So there's a section on the paid version where it just gives you like 100 different ideas of what to do in resin. And if you're suddenly having a blank moment, which sometimes we all do, you might just have a look at those ideas and go, oh, actually, I fancy seeing what I can do with that title.
Yeah. The review page that they've got on their channel, definitely. I'd say, it's a great way to kind of get a bit of information from professionals. Let's just say that, because they are professionals at the end of the day.
Well, I think they're one of the biggest YouTube review channels there are out there. So they've got millions, haven't they? They've been one of the first ones. Yeah. So are you ready for your stats, Mary?
God, then.
So 93 videos, which I was surprised at, actually. I thought you'd done a few more than that.
No, I haven't. And 93, there's about 89, because I think some of those are shorts. So there's about 89 videos. I don't have many videos, I have to admit.
Sorry. Yeah, but you seem to get the views on the ones that you have got, so that's good. You've got over 5,000 subs now, so 5.25K. So I'd imagine it's just over 5,250, which is good. And you've got, well, you've probably now got 100. It was 185,999 when I took these about half an hour ago. So let's say 186,000 views.
Yeah. There you go. It's not
Yeah.
even. There you go, Donna. And you've got
It's
a
pretty
million.
good.
You say got millions. Yeah, jeez. God, that's a lot.
But genuinely, again, I know there's a few people in chat now who are just starting the channels, and I think this is where you can be in 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is. You know, if that's what you want and you want to grow, just be consistent, keep recording, and keep putting it out there, because people will watch. People are interested in what you're doing, and people like to watch. And don't get me wrong, I wish I could watch every video out there. I can't. There's not enough hours in the day.
Not possible. It's not possible.
But that's the beauty of it. It tells me that there's still a lot of space for people coming into it as well. So don't be afraid. Click record, see what happens, you know? And if you're worried about that first video, please go on my channel, watch my first video. Trust me, it will not be worse than that. Literally, I look 12, I don't have the beard there, and I'm like, hi guys, it's Andy. I'm going to be doing a wood carving channel. I hope you want to subscribe and come along for the journey. And that's literally all it was. That was my first video. And I'm like, it's still there. I still keep it there to this day because I love going back and watching it. It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, I watch it, definitely.
But we've got questions coming through. So if you're okay with it, can we start going through some of the questions? I've got some questions ready as well, but I'm going to do them in order with what people have already asked in chat so I don't get told off, because I do get told off for not doing them in order, believe it or not. And we've already got 42 in this as well in this live. So it shows you've got quite a few fans. So that's always good. So first one. I'm showing my bold spot then as I'm reading the question. Let's not do that. I'm going to lose some subscribers. But first one, I think, is from Lisa, because she's put me and she's sending me the message. So I'm presuming it's from Lisa. She wants to know if she can move in with you, Mary.
Oh, definitely. I've got the space. I've got a very big dog. I'm just saying, because she does love, she loves women. She doesn't like men so much. But if you like dog, then definitely.
There we go. So you've got Lisa moving in with you. That's fine. Sandy's asking how many people have said to you that they love your voice as well, Mary?
I have been on. It's been good. People have been nice. I've only had like one person that said, I can't believe you're using an AI voice. And I was like, it's not. It's not. But otherwise, I've been lucky in that sense that I've had nice people, really nice people.
Oh, it's good. Good. Here's an interesting one for both of you, actually. Where did the channel names come from? So if we go to Donna first with this one.
Well, I was originally called the Resin Mama. That was my name, the Resin Mama.
Okay.
Don't you laugh, shut up you. You're gonna make me giggle. And because my partner does resin as well, so it's a family. It was a bit. We started it as a business. So he runs all the local, like, customers. He's a local, and I do our social media. So we just
like Facebook Marketplace, that sort of thing. Yeah.
So I'm online. He's offline. So because we're both doing it, and Alessio, my 5-year-old, who does eco resins.
Okay.
He's part of the what we're doing. So it's in the DNA, innit? So
it works.
It was supposed to be D and A, but I thought, nah, I love it. So Donna, D actually, the D and A actually is Donna and Antonio, which is my partner, Antonio Resin. Okay. That's where it comes from. So that's the idea of it, that D and A, yeah.
And jelly beans?
It's a really, when I got Hope, her name is Hope Madam Jellybean.
Okay.
And now I got her because here in Spain,
Hope is your fur baby, yeah?
She's my fur baby, yeah. And here in Spain, she's considered a dangerous dog. You have to have a license. And
what is she?
She's an American Staffy.
Okay. So mine is borderline at the minute. So mine's a cross between a Staffy and a Bulldog.
She's a ball of fluff. She's a baby. She's the beautiful. She's cute and loving. Yeah. And because you've got to wear a muzzle, which I do not put a muzzle on. And I just thought, if I get stopped by the police, I'm going to make, and of course, they're Spanish. I thought, I want to make the name really nice and long just to pee them off.
So they can't write it down.
They have to write, how'd you spell that? Oh, not my problem, mate, if you don't have to spell it, you know. So
imagine what you done called Hope Jelly Bean.
So jelly bean came from there. That's where jelly bean came from. And I just thought jelly beans, not that I'm crazy about jelly beans, but they are colourful. And
They are.
and I did want to just call it jelly bean, but I think there is quite a few other channels with the name jelly bean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
so
cool. That answers one of Sandy's questions as well, because she was asking if you're still in Spain.
I am. I've been here now 30 years.
How long?
30 years.
Wow.
I've been here around about, because I came in my 20s. I came over.
You don't look 30, so how's that possible?
I am 53. 53
Okay,
growing 100.
I'm just 21 again every year. It's fine.
Same.
I mean, mentally it's different. That's totally different question. But
okay. Petra said, heard you make your intro. She's heard that you should make your intro no longer than 4 seconds. So no intro is actually is that better or not?
Best advice is no intro.
Okay.
Yeah, like I put the thumbnail. Yeah. I put my thumbnail, I put just quickly jelly bean, and I put welcome, and that's it.
Okay.
And it's short. It's really short. That's all I do. But before, I'd have video of like what I was doing. If it had to do with bubbles, there'd be pictures of bubbles. You know, it'd be like a little intro sort of thing. But now I don't do it. I don't do it anymore.
You see, I started taking them out, and then I didn't see a difference in my view, so I've started putting them back in again.
Well, if you go on your people who've got channels, if you go on your YouTube studio and you look at your I can't remember what it's under.
Oh, when they drop, if it drops, people drop out.
So you can see where people drop on the video, where people skip the video.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's usually the first 30 seconds of your video people drop. So it's your attention. So, and that's what affects the viewing. That's what the overall performance of your video is down to the first 30 seconds of your video. If you can get people to stay on your video before dropping, then your attention goes up. If your attention goes up, the algorithm pushes that out further. So I took my intro out because people were just skipping past the intro, but then they're skipping past what I'm talking about. But it's like, I'm a beginner's channel. I have to explain to people what I'm doing, because otherwise no one's going to know what you're doing. So I just think that's just going to be part of YouTube. People are just going to skip past. So you're always going to have some retention that's dropped because of people skipping the first part of the video. But the intro is a video killer. So less is more.
I'm going to have to start thinking about my intros then. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I just need to do something really entertaining for 30 seconds and then go into it.
It's difficult. It's difficult. I like the way Wendy does it, how she'll show maybe a blooper or something. Yeah. That's pretty good as well. That's good.
There we go. So another question for you both. What's been your favourite makes?
My favourite make, which I've got it in the sitting room, it was this like African girl, and I did it with cabochons, her hair, an afro with hair. I really enjoyed that, which, by the way, is probably going to go back up on Saturday because I haven't got time to do a video because I'm doing exams. But it was this African, I found a picture online. It was just a white picture, and I turned it into colour. Yeah. I painted the face, and I put cabochons all over to make an afro. And I love it. Did it get a lot of views? No. But I love it.
It's often the way, though. Often the way.
It is the way. It is the way. It's actually going to probably go up again on Saturday because I haven't been able to catch up on my video tour because I've got exams.
Now I look at that. Did you do a video on how you made that one?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, I'll
did.
go back and watch that one because I don't think I've seen it.
It's coming up on Saturdays if you want.
I'll be there. Donna?
I'll be honest, I haven't got one.
No favourites?
No.
One that you
but
like?
I've got one. But I've got a custom order coming up. Mary knows what it is. And it's going to be quite in depth, but it's prints related. And I know all the chat, me and my prints, but it's an order for a lady in America. And she's previously made a few orders, which I've done videos.
Is
But
it purple?
there's going to be some purple, but it's going to take resin art to another level, put it that way.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Mary knows what it is. And she said, yes, girl, you've got to do it. So, yeah, I've got that coming up. And there's a couple of other things that I've got coming up that that she's ordered as well, which will be different from my usual type. If I had to pick my best video, not best made, but best video would have to be the butterfly that I hand drew with the UV resin in the cocktail stick.
Yeah.
That was the best video I've done. I like it, but it was small, nothing like Mary. I can't compete to Mary at all.
See, I did a giant UV butterfly and it got virtually no views. It's still on my channel, but it's still got less than 100 views.
I did I drew some butterflies on Procreate, and then I printed them out because I get a lot of people that say, well, I can't draw, so I've done 2 videos quite similar. I did one where you could trace it, and one where you could freehand. So I did the trace one. So I did stencil of the UV resin, and then I did some resin paper, backed it with like chameleons and stuff. It was really nice. It was really nice. And
I saw that one actually.
That went really well. I think I got about 10, 11K views, something like that, which is about where my videos ever, as far as they ever go. Never gotten past 10K.
I've got a new favourite that I poured this week.
Me?
No, me. I've got a new favourite. Do you want to see?
Oh, come on, let me see.
Ah, the line. I was hoping to see that one.
Where'd you get that mold from? I seen
the mold was from Temu, but the thing I loved about it is I've used like 4 or 5 different colours in it.
Oh wow, look at that.
I UV'd the eyes, and you can't really see on this, but there's a hint of yellow in them, so they look like the real lion eyes. And obviously UV'd the nose to give it that shine as well. And I'm in love, you know. And the great thing is, it's a 38-ounce mold, but I only use 16 ounces of resin. The rest
did you use filler?
Crushed coral from,
Crushed
coral.
coral.
like used in fish tanks. And it worked really well. And you can't really see the detail, but it's my new favorite. That's going on a wall in my house.
I've seen somebody recently doing that one. I can't remember the channel. And she did a wolf one as well. Yeah.
But I got it off Temu. It's not a cheap one on Temu, I'll be honest. I think it still cost me 20 quid, which is quite expensive for Temu.
Yeah.
But
it's not bad though for something that big and that pretty. It's very beautiful.
Detail on it as well. You can't really see it. I'll send you some photos after if you want.
Can you send me the link on when we finish the chat, because I need that.
Yeah, I will do. I'll have a look and see if I can find it. Can you send the links off Temu? I've never done that.
Yeah. If you go to the top of the page on the actual product, there's a little arrow at the top. Just click that and then click copy link and
they're all saying in chat it didn't turn out like Meth Bear. I don't know if you saw that one that went wrong.
No, I haven't seen that.
They've all nicknamed it Meth Bear. I'm just trying to think where I put it. But it came out terrible. Because it was the first time I experimented with EcoPore, and it literally just stank. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. But it's hilarious. I've still kept it. I'm not going to get rid of it.
Oh, poor Andy, don't have to get some stick off these lenses in the chat.
I don't know where I've got him. I've got him somewhere. No, I can't find him at the minute, but it was hilarious the way he came out. Oh, there he is. There we go. Here he is, everyone. Meth Bear is still alive.
Oh my god, I made it.
Kind of like a zombified bear that wants to eat people, I think. But you know what? It shows that even we have failures, you know? And that was a 30-ounce failure, that was. It was a bit... And this was using resin paper. You can't really tell that. So yeah, I prefer the lion now. I think that one came out a lot better.
Yeah. A lot better. You redeemed yourself, Andy.
I'm learning, you see.
Oh my God.
I think everyone's cracking up in chat as well, so I think that's good. But I'm keeping that as a permanent reminder. This is how bad it can get if it goes wrong. But no, it's interesting what you said about the Temu links, because I didn't even know that. I might start sharing those in my videos as well if I've used a Temu mold.
Yeah, you can even be an affiliate now.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be looking into that as well. Oh, anyway, back to the questions. Math Bear got me a bit off track, to be fair.
It's good to laugh. It's good. It's good.
But yeah, that video will be about 3 weeks, and it'll be on the channel. So have a look if you want. And
Definitely, I will do. Yeah, definitely.
By all means, take it, and it works so well. I just love the crushed coral with it as well. And I got a it was probably 5 kilo bag of crushed coral off Amazon for like £6.
Really?
So compare that to resin.
Bad,
it's a great way. And the biggest thing for me was testing if the pigments would colour the coral. And
did they?
It did. So, as you can see with EcoPore, it doesn't.
No.
So now you know, and hopefully we could all learn from that. So a couple more questions coming through. Amy's saying, Mary, you have a sexy, sultry voice. Oh, and I don't know if she just wanted me to say that to see if I'd blush. I don't know. But, there we go. Sandy's asking, Donna, actually, if you've not got a favourite make of yours, what's your favourite make of your son's?
It would have to be the I forgot now.
The jar. I love the jar when he did the jar for
Jordan, the rose jar. Yeah, that he did mica powders and coloured all. It was like we got the mold from Beyond Nicole, and it was like the lid was like rose petals, and he put all mica powders on the edges of the rose petals, and then poured his pigment, and it come out really nice, really. She's still got that.
I think I've seen that mold actually. It's the big one with the big flower on, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, just going back to obviously your son, and he's doing his projects as well. How many subscribers is he up to now on his channel?
Well, he had another channel, but I upgraded my phone and ended up getting him locked out of the profile, so I couldn't log in on YouTube. So we had to restart again. So he started his new one 3 weeks ago, and he's got, I think, about 67, 68 subscribers so far. So he's a mascot for Apex Resins, and he's also J Diction as well. He's a mascot for J Diction. So there's a video coming up this week with J Diction products. So yeah.
And how old is he?
5.
Wow.
He's so cute.
That's amazing. Imagine where he's going to be when he's our age.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know, yeah.
1 million subscribers.
That's he said he can't wait to get 100,000 subscribers because he wants the play button. Oh yeah, that's what he wants. He's dreaming of it. Yeah.
One day you'll have that on that wall behind me and you'll be able to see it. Or I might just make one that looks like it.
I'm going to make one. Trust me. No one will know.
And a gold and a diamond one.
Wow.
Apparently you can buy them as well second hand, but why would you do that?
No, it's just
crazy. But no, that's amazing that you're getting him involved at that age as well. And I think you put a post out a few weeks ago to subscribe to his channel, and I know I did.
Yeah, so. That was his because that was his new channel. Because he was pretty gutted that he'd lost his subscribers, and I said, "Don't worry, because they all come from my channel anyway." So I said, we'll get you on. So I just posted, and they all subbed. And then Mary kindly, Claire in Claire's Discord, Claire's Crafty Corner, allowed us to post a link in there as well. And Claire went and watched his video. He was over at bloody moon with that. He was with me because he thinks he's a celebrity. I think he's got a little bit of a crush on Claire. He does. I won't tell him I've told you, but yeah, Claire. So Claire, because she's got her Discord as well. Yeah. We put the link in. Well, Mary put the link in, and he got a few subscribers from there. So he's grown pretty quickly.
Oh, that's good.
It's very difficult though finding the time when doing my videos and then finding time for him to do it. So on the Tuesdays and Thursdays that I'm not doing my channel, we're going to be doing his channel. It's just getting everything together because I'm exhausted. It's exhausting. You know, you don't get a minute to yourself having 3 kids at home, and so it's like
it's like me at the minute. Obviously, the people don't realize, but there's a lot of organization that even goes into these lives with getting people lined up and things like that. And I do that. I get the live, obviously, itself on a Tuesday. I try and get 2 videos a week out as well, and a Froggy Friday most weeks. So that's like, it's just, and then work full time. And try and keep my new girlfriend happy as well. So it's proving a challenge.
It's busy, and that's the thing with YouTube. It's got to fit into your lifestyle. If you can't commit to doing your videos, you'll never be able to do it. You've got to have the time to do it.
Yeah.
That's what, even if it's just an hour a day doing bits of videos, to do 1 video a week, it is worth it. I do guarantee it is worth it. I mean, I've come many times, and Mary, I've rang her up, I'm stressed, I'm getting annoyed, and she'll go, right, calm down. And I said, no, I'm giving up. And not even last week, I said to her, I'm done. And she said, why? And it was one of them videos that you spend planning and prepping, because I never prep my videos. I never plan them. I get up in the morning, and it's just like, look through the mold box, pigment, right, done. This is what I'm doing. And it just got to a point where I'm getting bored of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then she says to me, right, you're going to do this, you're going to do it, and you're going to upload, because if you don't, I'm going to fly back over to England and kick your butt. I said, all right. So I took a day off, took some headspace, and then, collected my thoughts again and started again. But it is easy to give up.
Yeah. Do you know what? If ever you have a day like that, top tip, close your eyes, get near your molds, get near your pigments, and go like that. And then go, what am I going to make with that? It will just naturally happen.
Naturally. I find it hard to find molds that I like.
Yeah.
Really hard. I don't have a lot of molds. I'm probably the person that has the least molds.
You've got frog molds, I know that.
People like their frogs. I like to have
frogs.
Space. I have to admit, I like the space. And I like my clock. I don't even have clock. I haven't worn a watch. And I didn't even have clocks on my wall. And I've done clocks because I like the space.
Yeah.
But it is hard to find a good mold that I can actually say, I like that mold. And the ones that I do like, because you can like them, but then you can't get in there to kind of, it's difficult to
play around.
It's hard, especially painting micas on the molds. People don't realize until you start doing it, because especially with a new mold as well, because you've got so much static that you're dealing with and stuff like that as well. I found that with, where is it? The dragon that I did. That was a Tiny Turner dragon that I did with like 10 different colors. And it's the first time I'd really tried to get the details in there as well. Yeah. And it works, but it takes a lot of patience.
Yes, it does.
Which I'm not normally the most patient of people.
No, totally. It's like with flakes, and they fly everywhere, but on the mold that you want it on. So, but it is hard. I find it hard to find some molds.
And I've got Lisa asking, Donna, what's your son's channel called as well, so that we all know on this live and anybody watching it back as well?
Alessio's Eco Resins.
Okay, and is it just eco projects that he normally does then?
Yeah, because he's 5.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't know if you got mum to help out with other bits.
Well, we have got some epoxy resin that is water based.
Okay.
That we've got from a company which doesn't contain any VOCs and no chemicals either. And it's FDA approved as well. It's food safe too. So he has got a respirator and he has got some little gloves. So I'm still on the fence of letting him doing it yet. I'm a bit wary. So, but the company is they've got a good reputation. So
okay. It's interesting to hear that companies are actually thinking about it and making stuff like that, though. So it's good to hear.
A lot of to believe it or not, a lot of the bigger companies have got products that are VOC free and chemical free. Wow. Like J Diction's Let's Resin have, I think one of Let's Resins is VOC free as well. T Experts have got one that's VOC free. Apex Resins, they're my favourite brand. They're tumbler resin, which I've used for, I don't make tumblers, I use them for like coasters and things like that. And there's no chemical and VOC free as well. So obviously, because I've got the allergy to resin, I still use my gloves, but I've not broke out in anything, no eye burns, and they've never set my prep machine off either.
Okay.
At all, not even moved it one little bit.
That's good.
Because you have to test these things, you know, especially when you've got children in the house and pets like Mary does. You know, you've got to be careful with what brands, because some brands are strong. I mean, I won't name some brands, but some brands are really like.
You can tell the difference, and
Yeah.
I found that because when I first started in resin, I was getting all these kits off Temu, if I'm being honest, like most of us do, and they are very strong in VOCs. I found most of them. Since I've gone to the bigger brands, and Apex I've used before, I've used Let's Resin before, T-Expert, I've used their resins as well. They're a heck of a lot lower, if any. And they, again, like you, they don't trigger the purifier off.
Purifier off.
But if I get a cheap pack again off Temu, it triggers it. So it tells me that there's probably different. And again, there's that many. The problem is with resin on Temu is I think you never know what you're getting because there's that many different suppliers all advertising pretty much the same product, and there's probably 100 different factories that make it, and you might get different results from each time. And again, that's where it didn't really work for me because I wanted consistency as well in my pieces. So it's like blooms. I want to get used to a resin. I want to know what temperature that resin has to be at, and I can't do that if I'm swapping and changing all the time. And I think that's the other thing as well is if you're struggling with anything, you're just using the ones, for example, from Temu, try a branded one. I'm not going to say any particular brand because there's loads of good ones.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I think when you're using, I mean, I won't slate Chinese products because a lot of the bigger brands are Chinese, like Asia way, but a lot of them are just like, you don't know what's in it at all. And you know it's.
I think it depends on the brands as well. So I think because most of the ones on Temu, they're not even branded 9 times out of 10. And that's what I found.
You can find on Temu. Sorry, Let's Resin. On Temu, you can actually find Let's Resin.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that they sold on there.
I sent it to Donna. I said, "Look, Donna, I just found Let's Resin, and it actually is Let's Resin."
Wow. Because I've had fake Let's Resin products from Temu before.
This one's Let's Resin.
Yeah. They're not. So what they do is the factories. They all buy from the same places. So like Temu, when we get powders that look like resins, they're actually the same brand. They're actually the same product. They're just not branded. That's why a lot of the products are not branded because other companies have branded their items, so they've got the brand on. So a lot of the stuff that you do see on Temu, like one of them is the Resincrete that J Diction do. They've got an unbranded Resincrete on there, which is exactly the same packaging, but it's not saying J Diction Resincrete on it. It's just exactly the same bag.
So it's a bit like your beans in the supermarket over here. What you don't realise is most of them are actually
they're all the same. They're all the same. That's unless you got Aldi. Unless you got Aldi and they're like bullets.
Although I did find, I think, was it Branston I had once, and you got like 5 beans and the rest was juice, and I'm like, what's going on here? Again, they may have changed the recipe, so I'm not slating them as a brand, just to put it out there. It was many, many years ago. But there's a few more questions coming through, and I just want to pre-warn people, if you've got any more questions, get them in chat, because we've already gone over an hour. It doesn't feel like it, but we have. So Mary from Resin Me Up is asking, do you get bored of doing molds all the time? I think she means the same molds all the time.
I do get bored. And that's probably why I also get bored. Like I've said, I've spoken to Donna. I said, Donna, if I was to just do paint a mold and pour resin, I would have been done and gone a long time ago. It would have bored me already. That's why I sometimes have to bring more colors or do a couple of different effects in it, put something into it, because otherwise I'd get bored myself. It might not resonate with everybody, but it's
what you did there, by the way, resonate. You didn't realize that you'd made a little pun there.
So, like I say, it doesn't always work with everyone, but I need to do it. Otherwise I get bored. I get really bored quickly. So for me to maintain myself, I do have to kind of like pull from the crafts a little bit. Come on, there's loads of stuff we can put into resin. It doesn't have to be just coloring and mold. I need to put stuff into it and use different products. And sometimes you get some really nice stuff out of it. So I definitely do. I do get bored really fast with molds.
I still get excited with new molds, you know, and that's the
I mean, I see it. I get excited when I see it, but then I'm like, okay, what can I do with it? That's like not just color it in. So
yeah. But sometimes as well, you know, with your molds, and then this is just a tip for, I'm sure you guys do it anyway, but anybody that's watching this back, think about what else you can do with it, you know, because you can combine molds sometimes. So you can pour two different pieces, put them together with a bit of UV resin, get a completely different look.
I've done that. I mean, I remember Into Resin, they sent me this gorgeous, it was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous orchid.
All right.
I was like, what am I going to do with just an orchid? So I actually used it on a box. I put it on a box and it just made the box so pretty.
Yeah.
I do like to play around with
they make really good like
molds.
knobs for your drawers as well.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people do that where they've got and again, excuse the word, but that's what I call them. But yeah, literally where they've put the let's call it a handle, shall we?
Yeah.
That's the PG version. So where you get the handle and you can actually put it in one of those molds, and then you can actually just screw it back into your drawer. So there we go. I've got to stop with the hand movements now, but there we go. Oh dear, I've got to get some comments on this. But there we go. But no, Donna?
I very rarely use the same mold twice.
Yeah.
I've got my main ones that I will use more than once, which is like my trinket tray that I got from Molds and Shapes, coaster mold from Molds and Shapes, and my frog. But other than that, I don't use anything. It's very rare you see me use anything twice.
That's
I've started making some as well now, which is stressful but fun.
Yeah, with the silicone one.
Yeah. And it's really fun. It's like the main coaster mold I use now is one that I actually made just because I like it and it's unique. So it's like a crystal edge one.
I was just going to ask, was that the crystal edge one? I've just bought all the stuff to do a crystal edge coaster mold.
And actually, I've sold one of these. It's the first, and I've never sold a resin piece, but I've sold a mold because somebody reached out to me and said, "I love your mold. I've seen it a few times. Will you make me one?" And I said, "Well, if you're prepared to pay for the silicone and the postage, I'll sort you one out." And again, I've actually sold one now, so I was really excited by that.
But that's what you want, Andy. That's what you want.
Yeah,
that's what you want. Yeah.
Maybe, and actually, it makes sense because somebody said to me the other day with resin. There's so much resin products out there that people don't know where to look, where to buy, or what to buy. But actually, if you create something that people can use to create resin products, that's where you will actually potentially be able to make a little bit of money from it.
Exactly.
But who knows? I've got loads of ideas, but it's whether I can get them done. And so I've got prototypes that I want to make with things like racking shelves and stuff like that for people with a small workstation. So when you're done with the project, you haven't got to leave it. You can just lift it, put it on a shelf, and then move on to your next project. Something like that, I think, would do really well. But I haven't seen any companies do it yet.
No.
So there we go. Maybe I can bring out a unique product that will be a game changer.
Well, it's always good to have a plan.
It is. Gina says she's got Aurora powders. Is black or white better to use with Aurora powders?
It depends.
Me personally, with Aurora powder,
different effects with both.
With I was just going to say, depending on the effect you're looking for. Black makes them pop, but white makes them
glisten.
Yeah, like they brighten them up more mainly with Aurora powders, even chameleon powders and chrome powders, anything like that. White brightens them, but black makes them pop and stand out more. So it depends on what you're making.
Yeah,
and the Aurora powders by themselves.
I was just going to say that as well. Yeah, my favourite as well. Aurora powder on their own.
On their own, just with no backing, nothing. I just like the way. I don't know. It's gorgeous. I love the Aurora powders.
Yeah,
I could be looking at them all day. I'm like, ooh. So,
and again, do you know what, Gina? Why not experiment and do half and half in a piece and see if you like the look?
And see,
you know,
try it.
That'd be interesting. And then let's say you did the same pattern across the whole piece, half fill it with black, half with white, and then you'll have two different color effects.
Yeah, the black tends to always also pick up more on the gold aspect of the Aurora.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for more of a gold yellowy effect, it's going to pick it up more as well
Than black.
Yeah, the black one at least, and then the white tends to give it more of a kind of more rainbowy colors, but the clear is just amazing. I love it. So
And it's like, you mentioned some of the resin molds earlier, and I've actually got a few new ones that I'm playing with at the minute, which is great. I think sometimes you don't need to do anything, just clear resin in them, and they look stunning. Maybe I'll put some tiny like Aurora powders or something like that in them, and that will just emphasize them. But some of the molds, you're better off doing nothing to them.
Nothing to them, nothing to them, and just with a little bit of Aurora powder. And
it just elevates them just a little bit, doesn't it? Just to clear with a little bit of the Aurora powder, does it? Just elevate, so when the natural light hits it, you get that rainbow effect. Like,
yeah,
nice, very
right.
Very
one more. We've got another question, and then I think we're out of questions at the minute. So if anyone's got any last minute ones, now's the time. But it's Gina again. She's saying, "Can you color white polyurethane resin?" Now I don't know. I've never used polyurethane yet.
I've done it. I've shown it in one of my videos.
I've done it.
But it's very light, very light. So if you stick too much, it might not cure. If you stick too much powder or pigment, it might not cure. So when it does, it's like, imagine you might stick a really strong black and you'll just get a hint of a gray. That's what you're going to get. So is it worth it? Not really.
Just slightly tints it. That's the same I find with certain eco pores. If you can put mica in it if you want, but you get a very, very slight color change. And actually, you're probably better off doing something else with your eco pores to color them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've used silver, the silver from, like what's it called
Mm.
from you online.
Okay.
The metallics that actually they don't.
The floating powders.
Those work really well. It does actually stay up for some reason in the eco pour. That does.
And again, alcohol inks work on it. I did a bit of an experiment with that, and that still worked. It's different color. You won't get the same color that you'd get in resin, but it's still quite a cool effect where you can just drip. Once you've done your piece, just drip on it different alcohol inks, and you still get amazing colors.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of ways. And again,
Andy, that with your eco films, eco videos, you don't get a lot of views. A lot of people don't seem to like eco pours.
Don't know. I suppose it's possibly because, and I love using all sorts of different mediums and eco-pour and mixing them all together. So again, I'm going to be doing a lot more experiments with wood now. The weather's getting better as well, and resin and eco-pour and combining the three. But some people you might find that they either like one or the other. And that's the thing. If you attract them to your channel with an eco-pour video and they see everything else is resin,
it's
but it's very strange. And some of my eco-pour projects that I've done, if I'm being honest, they're quite experimental. So it's actually mixing the eco-pour with resins and things like that to see what happens. And maybe some people don't like that. I don't know.
I mean, I even one of my last ecos as well as when I did the patina effect on it.
Yeah.
And, just paint on top of it, because that's another thing you can do. But it doesn't resonate with people. Doesn't resonate.
No, they're out of all the videos I've got, my eco resin ones are the lowest viewed. They're not. So I don't. I mean, I think the last video I did was the eco resin with the epoxy resin. I did that last year.
Yeah.
I mixed that together, but it hardly got any views. People just don't come to my channel for eco resin. I think your bigger channels are like Claire and Louise Singleton. They're more the eco, so they get the views of the eco. But I think it's just because they do a lot more than what I would tend to do with the eco resin. So it's not very interesting to them. It's just a white mold basically to me. There's like a white product with a hint of bit of colour, bit of glitter. It's not anything really.
But again, I've only just started playing with eco-pour over the past few months. So again, I'm not done with experiments. And there's going to be one that I come up with that everyone's going to go, wow, and try, hopefully. And that's what I love about it. Trying something different.
Yeah. And those forget the weight. There are certain products that, certain things, especially like planter pots and stuff like that, it's got the weight. And I do like it. And I love the feel.
But do you know what? That's what I loved about that as well. So I'm going to be trying that in more things because this weighs 1.2 kilos.
Is that eco resin?
No, this was the crushed coral.
All right. Okay.
And the thing I liked about this compared to the EcoPore is the pigment paste coloured it. So again, it's something I'm just going to experiment more with it to see what else I can do with it. But the thing I liked about it versus, and yes, you can get EcoPore pigments, and don't get me wrong, I don't have those at the minute. So again, I'm sure I could come up with the same effect. But if I can find a way of creating that same effect using a product that's probably going to be a little bit cheaper, let's face it, we all want to save money. We don't want to spend too much. Then I'm probably going to experiment with that a bit more and see what I get.
Yeah.
Everything
you can do in resin.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that you do in resin, you can do in EcoPore. So, if you know what I'm saying, it can both be done. It doesn't really matter.
Just depends how. And again, I know EcoPore, it can be a little bit more fragile as well with like thin molds, and that's the thing.
Expensive as well.
Yeah. That's what Sherry's actually put in the comments. She's put she doesn't watch EcoPores because she can't afford EcoPore and lots of other different mediums. She doesn't even buy deep pore resins. All she buys is 1-to-1 and UV, which again, a lot of resin artists are the same. That's the two staple products.
I'm like that.
But
I don't like EcoPore. It's not my it's not that it's not my cup of tea. I'm just not interested in a ceramic thing because it's very limited, and it's very, unless you're artistic. See, I can draw, I can freehand draw, so I'm good at things like that. Whereas crafting, I'm not. Like Mary, she works quite a bit with eco resin. She has done and done some like that patina effect you did. Did you do that in EcoPore? And it was stunning, but I would never have dreamed or even thought to do something like that. I find it, for me, it's very basic and it's very limited. So I just don't like doing eco resins. It's just not.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody will have the things that they like and things that they don't. That's the beauty of it. But there's so many different products out there to try. You still don't get bored, and that's the great thing. Halo Rose as well asked, are interference powders and Aurora the same thing?
Nope.
No.
I agree. Although I have created some Auroras with something else before, but no, they're completely different, I think. So again, interference, you always get I always find a bit of a whitish look.
Yeah, interference is a white powder with a hint of colour. That's with a hint of colour. So you basically, when you're mixing it in, it's white, and then when you move it, you see the colour change. That's it, basically. Aurora powders are more, what's the word? One, Mary, you take the lead on that one.
Aurora, like the Aurora Borealis.
Sparkly stars in the resin.
Flows, and I don't know, it just kind of flows. It's just, I just really
the Auroras, they've not got a strong back colour, if that makes sense.
It doesn't.
So like you can put them into clay, and they've got hint of colour, whereas the interference have got a back colour, which is the white.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I made a similar thing to an Aurora powder the other day with using some tiny turners, just with clear resin.
They're nice. The tiny turners are nice as well.
But again, I wouldn't use it very often because the tiny turners are expensive. But I just wanted to experiment to see what it looked like. And if you just put those in resin, you get that same Aurora effect.
That kind of, I like
which is cool. But I think we're about there, unless anybody's got any more questions. I've been told to switch my light on. The light is on, Lisa. So don't tell me off.
Look, can you guys see it? That's an Aurora.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Can you see? Can it be seen? Can you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it, but it
kind of, but you can't really see the colours through the light.
You can't see through the light. Because what it is, it's got can you see it's got all different colours in there. Blue, pinks, yellows, blues, greens.
Yeah, it's like a prism, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a prism. I don't know. There's just something I like. I could look at them all day. I really love them.
I love my Aurora powders. I can't live without them. I put Aurora in mainly anything if I can.
Yeah. Hi, Olga, as well in chat. Nice to see you here. I hope you're feeling well as well. And did you get your coaster? Let me know in chat. I need to know. Sorry. But no, she's just popped in. She's a lovely lady, and she's go through some health issues at the minute. So I posted one of my coasters, hopefully to cheer her up. over in the States, but I know it sometimes takes a little while to get stuff through to the States. But there we go. But no, I think we're about there. So unless anybody's got any last minute questions, I just want to say a massive thank you because it's been lovely getting to know you both.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very
and now your face has officially been on the internet, so you can't go away from it.
We were good.
Yeah, and everyone's going to put up with my ugly mug every Tuesday, so I think we'll all be fine. But yeah, it's been amazing having you on. And if people are watching this back, do you want to just give your own channels a bit of a shout out?
Hi, I'm Jelly Bean. It's later here.
Crazy you are.
It's late here. If you like colour, then I'm Jelly Bean Crafts. If you don't like colour, definitely don't come to my channel.
Yeah, I don't think you've done anything without colour yet.
Yeah. No.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Everything's vibrant.
That's colour.
And I'm my channel's DNA Resin, so I basically do tutorials for beginners. But I do some videos that are for people who are more experienced. So I do a variety of things. So that's me. And
I'm Andy from Custom Carving and Epoxy UK. So do me a favour, if you're watching this back after, subscribe to all 3 channels. And if you like the live, we're here every week. New guests, Tuesday, 8 p.m. We've got Jacob coming on next week from Jacob's Creations, which is a smaller channel. So if you want to get prepared for that, go and give him a subscribe now. It'll help him grow. I've just seen Olga has received the package, so that's good. It did get to the States. So I've now got 3 coasters of mine in the States, more than I've got to other people in the UK. So there we go. Getting popular out there. But no, everyone's saying thank you for being here. It's been a great live, and it has been really great to meet you both. And if ever you want to come back on again, you know where I am. Let me know. And good luck with your channels. I hope they keep growing.
Thanks, Andy. Bye, everyone.
All right, see you all soon.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.